In just a few years, a platform that was virtually unknown began minting millionaires and generating billions in revenue. But that success brought it into direct conflict with the traditional gatekeepers of global finance. For Wall Street and legacy banking institutions, the adult content driving this growth was seen as a massive liability. These institutions operate under strict risk policies that prioritize reputation over raw profit. That tension reached a breaking point when major credit card companies and payment processors threatened to sever ties. They were prepared to stop the platform from processing any transactions at all. For a digital business, losing the ability to take credit cards is a death sentence. If the money stops flowing from fans to creators, the entire infrastructure of the site becomes useless. In August 2021, the company made a choice. To keep their access to the banks, they announced a total ban on the very adult content that had served as the foundation of their empire. The announcement meant that millions of independent creators were suddenly facing a total loss of income. Livelihoods built over years were essentially scheduled for deletion. By prioritizing the demands of the banks, the platform effectively turned against its own community. It was a strategy that risked the survival of the business in order to stay within the traditional financial system. The reaction was immediate. Creators across the internet organized a massive public backlash, using every social platform available to protest the decision. The core of their argument was simple. Without the specific, exclusive content provided by users, the platform itself has no intrinsic value. Just days after the initial announcement, the sheer volume of the outcry forced the company to retreat. OnlyFans completely retracted the ban. This reversal marked a shift in leverage. The creators had collectively forced a multi-billion-dollar corporation to back down, proving that the company's survival depended entirely on their participation. This dynamic stands in stark contrast to the legacy model of the internet, where platforms like YouTube or Instagram use their own proprietary algorithms to decide who gets paid and how much. This diagram illustrates the structural difference. On the left, the old internet routes revenue through advertisers and algorithms, automated systems filtering content. On the right, the OnlyFans model simplifies this, with 80% of revenue flowing directly from fan to creator. This is the direct fan economy. It bypasses corporate middlemen entirely, relying on subscriptions and tips paid directly by the audience. This model grants creators significant control. They are no longer forced to chase algorithmic trends or wait for brand approvals. Their financial destiny is determined solely by the community they build. The 2021 reversal showed that in this new economy, the power balance has shifted. Tech companies now have to contend with the fact that without the creators, their platforms are little more than empty infrastructure. Following the crisis, OnlyFans solidified its position. It transitioned from a controversial startup into a multi-billion-dollar pillar of the internet economy, generating record revenues. The company began an aggressive push into mainstream categories. They are currently expanding their reach into fitness, independent art, and podcasting to diversify their user base. Musicians like Cardi B signaled cultural legitimacy. Actors like Bella Thorne proved the model competes with traditional entertainment. Internet creators reached even higher. Bod Bobby made $1 million in 6 hours, generating over $50 million without a traditional media house. This success has legacy tech giants paying attention. Platforms ranging from Substack and Patreon to Instagram are now aggressively adding subscription features to mimic this direct monetization model. But a paradox remains. Despite its massive economic footprint and expansion, the platform's reputation is still inextricably linked to the controversial content that first made it famous. The question remains whether OnlyFans can continue as a viable home for independent creators, or if this current stability is just a temporary pause before traditional financial institutions apply pressure once again. By surviving that self-inflicted crisis, OnlyFans didn't just preserve its revenue, it demonstrated the raw economic power of a direct fan model, forcing even the biggest names in tech to rewrite their own rulebooks.
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We explore the rise, fall, and hidden stories behind the world's biggest companies.